Well, obviously, Arizona voters weren't just casting ballots for candidates. Several propositions, important ones too, were on the ballot. A few still too close to call, but one of them did pass. It's Prop 209, so it covers medical debt and lowers the max interest rate and protects property from being seized or garnished. So will this help or hurt consumers? Susan, what's on your side is standing by with the answer to that. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, yeah, some consumer advocates say it's a huge win for consumers, protecting them from predatory debt collectors. But the business community says this new law will have unintended consequences and will actually hurt consumers. So we know medical debt is staggering. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, 1 in 5 Americans has medical debt in collections. And all those bills in collections add up to $88 billion. Sherry Brown, a nurse from Cave Creek, said, "I have learned the hard way that having health insurance doesn't protect you from medical debt. When I got a bill for $48,410, even families that have done everything right can end up with bills that they can't afford to pay." So enter Prop 209, now voter approved. The measure sets a 3% limit on interest rates for debt related to healthcare services. That's down from 10%. It also increases the amount of assets and properties that are exempt from debt collection. For example, the amount of a house exempt from debt collection increased to $400,000. For equity in a vehicle, that value went from $6,000 to $15,000.
Our measure doesn't even forgive people's debts. They still have to pay the money. It can still hurt their credit, but it just gives people a little more breathing room and make sure you're not going to lose your home or your car.
But opponents say this law will have devastating consequences for consumers. They say making it hard for lenders to collect all kinds of legitimate debt is bad for business and will make it more difficult for all Arizonans to access credit when they need it.
When you put limits on the credit market, it's often going to hurt the folks that need to use credit the most. Frankly, the lower income folks that, can't afford to pay cash on everything. If they no longer have a reasonable expectation to be able to borrow that money because the creditors have no guarantee of getting their investment back.
For the lower interest rate part of this, Prop 209 only will apply to contracts or agreements after it goes into effect. Won't be retroactive. Scott?